All right, so this is where we again have Human Torch, Scorpion, and Herc bands. All right, so Boss Island, we have an Annihilus boss, Diablo, and Sorcerer Supreme are going to do really well, so will Absorbing Man. Aarkus back there, Diablo or Chavez. Nova, Diablo or Chavez. Doom, you've got Apocalypse and Magneto. Mantis, you've got Toad and Apocalypse. Sersi, Diablo, and Chavez. Quicksilver, you've got Ghost and Rolk. And then Absorbing Man, you've got Mr. Negative, Immortal Abomination, S99. You have a lot of options pretty much for him there. 1 through 3 in section 2 on the way out. Thing, you actually have Tigra and Void as an option. Path 1, Wiccan, Archangel, can use someone like S99 or Titania as well. And then Black Cat, Archangel, going to be your best bet. Can probably muscle in like Gallon or Omega Sentinel as well. Path 2, Hulkling, you have Absorbing Man, you have Wiccan with an Odin Shock. Path 3, Capsam, Corvus, or CGR, and then Man-Thing, S99, or Titania. 4 through 6 on the way out. Zemo, you can actually use Apocalypse, or you could go with Ghost. On the way in, Apocalypse. On Power Snack, you can use Gallon or Overseer. Path 4, Overseer or a non-crit option for Scarlet Witch. And then for Null, Doom, Carl, or Shang-Chi work pretty well. Path 5, Korg, Omega Red, or Apocalypse. And then Sasquatch, you can go with Titania, Mr. Negative, or Apocalypse. Path 6, you can take the whole thing with Apocalypse. If you don't want to do that, you can use Omega Red for Fury, and then you can use someone like Shang-Chi or Fury for Joe. 7 through 9 on the way out, Rintraw, you got S99, or slap some Odins on and use Archangel. Void on the way in, you've got Shang-Chi with a White Magneto pre-fight. You've got Ghost. You also have Carl or Absorbing Man. Path 7, Scorpion, any poison immune, can also use Ghost. Path 8, Infamous Doom, the whole path can be taken with Chavez or Diablo, to be honest. And then Path 9, Spidey Supreme, Titania with Synergy or Ant-Man. And then for Spot, you can use Carl. You can also use Blade or Fury and throw on an Odin Shock if you feel like you need it. 1 through 3 in section 2 on the way in, you had a Kitty Pride. I would strictly go Omega Sentinel for that. Anyone else? Yeah, I would just probably use someone like Gallon and just really pay attention to her prowess and get that special one out and whatnot. Penny, you've got Hulkling and Gallon. Weapon X, you've got Nimrod and Omega Sentinel. Slap on an Odin pre-fight for the shock resistance. 1 through 3 in section 2, Future Ant-Man on the way out. I think it can actually be done with Valkyrie, but you can do it with Hulkling as well. Path 1, the whole thing can be done with Nimrod, or you can throw in a poison immune that'll combat regen for Immortal Abomination, and then for Domino, you can use Omega Sentinel or Warlock. Path 2, Wong, Titania, or S99. Path 3, Hype, you can use Doom or S99 with Anti-Venom Synergy. 4 through 6 on the way out, Chavez, you can use Doom or you can use Quicksilver. Path 4, Terrax, you've got Carl. You can probably also use Diablo. Claire, there I would just go with Overseer. Almost anyone else is going to be pretty much a risk. Can probably pull away with Doom as well, just don't rely on parry. Path 5, Havoc. I mean, you have Omega Sentinel, you have Warlock. And then Kate Bishop, you have Omega Red and Apocalypse. Path 6, Valkyrie, Omega Red, or Apocalypse. And then Mojo, Titania, or S99. 7 through 9 on the way out, Ikaris. You got Cosmic Ghost Rider. Can also use Diablo. Path 7, the whole thing, Apocalypse or Omega Red. Path 8, Spam. Can probably be your Ghost path or use anyone who counters evade. So Falcon, Shang-Chi. You can also use Venom and Anti-Venom. And then path 9, Nebula for Nimrod or Angela. And then for Killmonger, I guess you could use a high sig Angela as well, or just nuke it down with CGR. Rolk also works well. So that does it for defense. Let's take a look at attack. All right, so War 8 is against SGA. Today I'll be taking in Chavez, CGR, and Nebula. I've got Path 9 in Section 1, sharing Path 3 in Section 2, and then 2 mini-bosses on Boss Island. So, Path 9 starting out here, we've got a Nimrod. It is Nebula's only fight. She is here to shut down this robot. We are going to build the 5 charges without doing anything besides blocking. And then once we get to the 5 charges, we're going to start retaliating. It will shut down the entire node, so we will not have to worry about hazard shift on top of shutting down Nimrod's abilities. So we actually don't have to really worry about anything like the special lock or whatnot. So here we are starting off with the 5 charges. We are there. Now we're going to start retaliating heavy attacks to push him back and then immediately block so that we can build more charges. The game plan here was to get to 20, get to special 2 with 20 charges, parry before the special 2, throw the special 2, and then just watch him melt, as always, with all robots with Nebula for most nodes. So we're getting close to the 20 here. I want to push past special 2 and make sure I don't get locked. No locked. Just waiting for him to come in and actually attack me. Finally does. Parry, throw the special 2. He's got the Fury. I'm melting from Incinerate, but he's shocked to death. So easy fight for Nebula. We move on to the second fight on path 2. This Killmonger, we have a duped CGR. What's important here is that the Damnation will prevent the indestructible buff from reaching 1 bar of power when we do the CGR nuke cycle with special 2 and power backs. So unduped, don't use power backs. Duped, use power backs. So there's the parry heavy. Here's the parry combo, end with a light. Here's the parry and a combo with a medium into special 2. Power backs push us all the way red. And then we immediately throw that while Damnation is up. And while he's armor broken, and bye-bye goes Killmonger. So just a joke of a fight. And since Killmonger is a subdue champion, we are going to take him into Ikaris here. Honestly, I don't even think it would be too much of a worry if it wasn't. It's the exact same thing. We are going to go through the same special 2 cycle that we did with Killmonger. Parry heavy, parry combo, end with a light, parry combo, end with a medium. Here we're just making sure we don't trigger Dex. And combat power rate between his own buffs and the flourish buffs are actually going to push him pretty close to red. I mean, over 2 bars. It's noteworthy. But we get right to special 2. I don't care that we're in poison. He's armor broken to death. So this special 2 just kind of takes care of the rest. And fight is over. No problem at all for Cosmic Ghost Rider. We heal up a little bit. We move to path 3. We're taking the only fight we have on path 3. It's this Cap Sam. I've done this before with Cosmic Ghost Rider. It's a bit of a slow fight with all the armor ups. However, since we are subdue, we can actually prevent a lot of them once we get going. So an armor up shows up, I believe, at the beginning of the fight, and we actually maintain 1 armor up the entire fight. So it's only a 30% chance to glance for this entire fight. And subdue just prevents all those other ones from popping up. So I go through the cycle, but I'm going to bait special 1s. So if I trigger Dex before getting to special 2, no big deal. I decide here to get the Damnation. Realize that I did not finish one of the combos, so that Dex there actually triggers Damnation, which is good, prevents any armor up buffs on top of subdue. And then here I'm just still going through some of the judgments, get pushed to special 3 coming up here. Decide to go for the special 3 after this heavy, and we bait this special 1 out. And now that I'm at special 3, I back up so that I'm not attacking. And this special 3 doesn't take a huge chunk off, but we come out with a Fury. Damnation's up. No armor ups are going to pop up, and he just gets comboed. So a lot faster with subdue. We move on last two fights of the war are all Chavez. It's two Cosmic Minis on Boss Island. Sersi here on MIA. You guys have seen me take this before. It's kind of a slow fight just because we're constantly waiting for special attacks to come out. So that we can keep the negative zone open so that we can control the 40% power gain per buff from nullifying buffs. If there are any to nullify, and honestly with Sersi, there definitely are a lot of buffs to nullify when we have a special attack come around. Small pet peeve that I don't see the glancing go on cooldown when Subdue is up, indicating that it won't go on cooldown unless it actually triggers. So there we go, it triggers. I've got two negative zones up, so that's negative 120% power gain reduction. So I feel pretty confident that throwing a special attack like that isn't going to go push her red. It pushes us immediately red, which is kind of a safe space right now. Just want to get this special attack out, probably trigger another negative zone. Decide the 1 is enough, since special 3 will actually trigger 1 for us, and she didn't have any buffs. So, again, it's really just this, playing it slow, baiting out special attacks, making sure not to get clipped, making sure not to push her red. I did come in with an invuln, which I did last time, but I ended up eating a special 1, getting stunned, and then losing it. So, could not eat a special 3 after that, but, you know, threw a special 3 defense out there as well. So there we intercept with the special 2, nullify all those buffs. We had 2 negative zones open, probably more. So that's very helpful with the power gain again. Yeah, we had 2. We opened a 3rd with the special 3. So here I'm feeling pretty confident. Don't care that these buffs showed up. I have enough zones open for the power gain. And here I noticed that I am faltered, so I'm just waiting, and we're in a chain falter moment, so I'm still just waiting. Got pushed to special 3, decide let's go ahead and throw this. And just hoping that it ends the fight, and it does. So Sersi down, nice and easy, just kind of long, a lot of waiting. The last fight is here, Aarkus on AoE with Chavez. We do not have a white Magneto pre-fight, unfortunately. So I went in with PS1 here. Plan was to try and bait a heavy and then throw this special 1, and he decided to do a full combo. And then I thought he'd come in, and he didn't. So we lost a lot of health for no reason. My own mistake. We prevented a power gain buff there. That's fine. So we can still recover. Luckily, he's throwing special 1 here. So now we can start opening some negative zones. So we can at least, you know, challenge the power gain. But no subdue triggered there. So he got a he got a power gain up. So now we're a little bit in trouble. Just need him to throw this special 1, and maybe we can start controlling it a little bit more. And nope, special 2. Decide to dex part of it since I don't want to eat the whole unblockable thing. So I keep it alive. Get a few more negative zones up before I decide to throw this special 3. Throws a special 1. Perfect. Let's get a heavy in. Let's throw the special 3. Let's nullify these buffs and quit this power gain. Good. We are supercharged, so our attack is up. Just need him to throw this special 1. Can't push him to special 2 again. Probably could. Yay, subdue. Oh, AoE got the buff through. It's fine. He's finally throwing special 1s consistently without me having to bait much. Feeling good about the negative zones being open. It's kind of slowing the passive power gain. Buffs are down thanks to the special attacks getting thrown. Can finally start chaining in some special 2s. Just need, there we go. Go in for the heavy. Let it finish. Go in for the next combo. Let it finish. And here I should have just heavied and let the Dark Dimension trigger before that special 2, but I wanted it over, and down goes Aarkus. So we made it work. Probably the sketchiest Chavez fight I've had in a while. So RBG went toe-to-toe with their BG, 1-1. So pretty good war for us and for me. And then we ended up winning this war 7-5. So we clutched a pretty big win against another Masters Alliance, or an alliance that's in Masters. So yeah, we're winning the matchups we should. And then with a few, probably just one at the moment, maybe more, with a few, upsets, we've managed to stay in Masters and have a pretty good season. So 4 more wars left in the season. Feeling pretty good about where we're at, and I hope you guys enjoyed this war. Hit subscribe, give it a like, and I will catch you guys at War 9.